In 2011, the University of Oxford set an ambitious absolute target to reduce its Scope 1 and 2 carbon emissions by 33% by the year 2021 against a 2005 baseline, and a £14.6 million budget has been identified to support this journey.
The university's embarked on a number of initiatives to try and address behaviour and energy. To engage staff and students, we've got the Green Impact Programme and the Student Switch Off Awards. We're also running training programmes to start to engage staff with the energy demands of their buildings and understanding best practice. And more recently, we're starting to bring research and practice together through our Living Lab initiative, as well as the Carbon Innovation Programme, a springboard for innovation for staff and students. And we hope all of this will help contribute towards reducing the university's carbon emissions by 33% by 2020.
Due to the continued success of the university as a world-renowned teaching and research platform, emissions are increasing because of the year-on-year need for an expanding estate. Additional emissions from this expanding estate are minimised through a programme of space management and sustainable building. The scope of the Carbon Reduction Programme focuses on the 21,773 tonnes of carbon that are needed to reduce the current estate's emissions, and does this largely through retrofitting and upgrading. The work is split into 5 categories. Solar PV offers the university an exciting opportunity to deliver energy directly to its facilities, significantly reducing carbon emissions whilst also reducing electricity bills and increasing security of supply. Over 1,000 solar panels have been installed, saving 150 tonnes of carbon. The university owns an ageing estate, and this has given rise to a number of opportunities to install insulation and reduce heating costs. By working with the 3-year repairs and maintenance plan, costs of installation can be reduced, and the recent completion of the physics building has generated savings of 49 tonnes of carbon a year.
My name is Boyd Roger, and I managed the book storage facility when it first opened in 2010. Just to give you a sense of the size of the warehouse there, imagine 14 football fields and they all fit inside one building. That is the building. It currently holds 8.3 million books and 1.2 million maps, all of which are unreplaceable. So the only way to protect them and to preserve them is to manage the environment by managing the temperature at a steady state and the relative humidity at a steady state. But I found in the first year, the amount of energy the building consumed in order to achieve that amounted to 2.7 million kilowatt hours. That raised questions in my head, and indeed questions in the heads of colleagues in estate services. As the result of the high energy usage, I got together with some colleagues in estate services who were asking similar questions. As a result of this, a project team was set up and expert engineering consultants were brought in who worked with the building management system. Through a series of amendments to the building management system, by 2015 we resulted in 412 tonnes of carbon being saved in a year, which is the equivalent of saving in excess of £90,000 a year in utility bills.
I'm Eric Belfield, the Growth Facilities Manager for the Department of Plant Sciences. In the department we have a lot of glass houses and controlled environment rooms where we grow plants for research, and those rooms produce a lot of heat. That heat that we can't use, previously we've just released that into the atmosphere, but recently we've installed these water-to-water heat pumps, and what they do is capture that heat from these glass houses and redistribute it in other places in the department. Since July 2015, when they were installed, over 500,000 kilowatt hours of electricity have been saved, and that equates to about 250 tonnes of CO2 not being put into the atmosphere.
A carbon reduction plan is not complete without a project on lighting. Over £2 million has been spent on upgrading lighting at the university between 2014 and 2016. And these upgrades have resulted in a removal of over 3,000 tonnes of carbon from the university's annual emissions. Mathematical, physical and life sciences and the medical sciences departments are responsible for 76% of all the carbon emissions of the university. As laboratories are such a significant user of energy, the university supports the use of lower energy equipment and is working across the disciplines to find reductions. A subsidy scheme has been put in place to upgrade ultra-low temperature freezers, of which the university has over 500. Full funding has been provided for 130 glass dryers that will create 370 tonnes of carbon savings.
When we think about energy use in buildings, our mind often jumps to the physical elements. Whether it's insulated or not, how we're heating it, what appliances we have inside the building. But if we only think about these physical aspects, we're missing out on a crucial part that impacts energy use in buildings. And that's our behaviour, how occupants are interacting with their built environment. Often termed the building performance gap, this is really the difference between the expected energy demands of a building and the actual energy demands, is often due to the way in which people interact with the building.
The university has saved over £1 million whilst conserving energy and the environment.